The meaning of the movie author Orpheus to read for minutes published 3.10. 2019 updated 3.10. 2019, The Road of Change is Richard Yates' first and most successful novel, adapted by director Sam Mendes in 2008. The well-deserved Academy Awards, Golden Globe Awards, and a slew of other nominations didn't make the movie better or worse. It's already beloved by audiences. The awards once again confirmed the idea of how many conventions in life, and how in the absence of love, everything in life, even conventions, turns into hell. What the movie The Road to Change is about: DiCaprio and Kate Winslet's characters, Frank and April Wheeler, are a young family from the one-story post-war America of the 50s. A cozy house in Connecticut, 2 cute kids, a fairly lucrative job for the father of the family, everything radiates satiety and prosperity. The picture is deceptive. Both husband and wife languish in the circumstances on offer. The first meeting of these people promised a bright continuation. April, a promising actress, and Frank, a charming man who speaks so deliciously about Paris, fell in love with each other. Beautiful, young, energetic, such are called favorites of fate, they should have everything in the highest class. But Frank became a simple office clerk, April became a housewife. The desire to establish themselves in their own exclusivity leads the protagonist to the idea of moving the whole family to Paris. The enthusiastic Mr. Wheeler and the beautiful as ever Mrs. Wheeler spend a magical couple of months discussing further plans and how things will change for the better. Life takes its toll. April is pregnant for the 3rd time, and Frank is ready to trade the unfamiliar, unreliable life across the ocean for, albeit nauseatingly staid, stability. The woman is not ready to back down, because the road of change is so close and so tantalizing. Having made up her mind once, April does not look for compromises. She leaves no chance not only for herself, but also for their future child with Frank. Meaning of the movie Road of Change. When you are special, when you are so much better than others, it is hard to put up with the vulgarity of everyday routine. The housewives in the neighborhood secretly hate you, but really just envy you. Their husbands cast hot, loving glances at you. And you yourself day in and day out only do that is busy with domestic endless work. That's how one might describe failed actress April Wheeler. Frank is not an average, office plankton, either. Having been to war, having lived a little in Paris, the young man is talented and attractive to the female sex in his own way. Wheelers are special, brighter looking, wittier jokes, bolder reasoning. The thought of their own uniqueness does not give rest, vanity is sharpening from within. The idea of moving to Paris becomes an escape from emptiness and hopelessness. The story of the Wheelers of Revolutionary Street mirrors many other such stories. Grey, joyless everyday life, vanity of vanities. But life is one, and the desire to live it richer, more meaningful, more significant from time to time comes alive. A new day brings new food, and the thought of change is again set aside. The rebel Wheelers decide to make a global change. Everything seems to be different now. This different, of course, comes, but not from actions, but in spite of them. The road of change is not about one version of what happens after a change of lifestyle. The movie is about internal contradictions disguised as fatigue and the search for the new. It is not without reason that the emotionally unstable mathematician John, who acts as the voice of truth in the movie, at first supports and believes in such a sincere and courageous couple, but is quickly disappointed when he sees that all this is only a beautiful facade, behind which there is nothing. It is not concern for their neighbors that pushes these people to move, but egoism, the inability to hear and understand the other. It is not from routine and external emptiness that the protagonists flee, but from the inner chilling deadness of the soul. The meaning of the finale of The Road of Change, the worst thing is to live a dream that will never come true, April confesses to her neighbor Shep. The main character is still struggling with her own emotions, but is already far from reality. The only solution to all problems is to move, anywhere. The ephemeral life in another place nevertheless implies the same interiority, the same emptiness. Her own uniqueness is not living up to expectations. April isn't special anymore, and she can't live a life that isn't her own, a life of routine and routine. And she doesn't want to. Having killed the new life that had been born in her, Mrs. Wheeler dies of blood loss. Dies, with her and her family, lost, devastated Frank, children, half-orphans. The finale is a concentrate of human fears, uncertain attempts to create a sand castle, ardent desires, delusions. Correctly set vector of the new and the present so monstrously simple leads the protagonists to a dead end. The bright future necessarily becomes impenetrable darkness, if aspiring to it, at the same time running away from their own weakness. Admin